All the Quillboars are our enemies, Xanth. Some just prove to be more of a nuisance than others. The Razormane tribe has been attacking our supply caravans that roll through here from Orgrimmar. I have scouts seeking the leader of these raids, but until then, any losses you can inflict on the filthy pigmen would aid us. Start just south of here, where they've been raiding our camps near the river. Seek them out, and slay them.
Go with honor.
This is not news to me. While I appreciate your efforts, the burning blade will have to wait. We have other matters to which we must attend.
Victory!
Mokra.
I'm honor-bound to get these supplies to the crossroads. Pitch in or step aside. Are you familiar with plain striders? Useless animals. Can't fly. Gamey. Brain the size of my knuckle. Too dim to get out of the way of a moving cart. I've broken more axles thanks to their thick skulls. Sometimes I think the Quillboar intentionally frighten flocks of them into the path of our caravans just prior to an ambush. Make me proud, warrior. Cut a swath through those filthy birds to keep the roads free, and bring me their beaks as proof.
Strength.
I'm honor-bound to get these supplies to the crossroads. Pitch in or step aside. Have you collected the plain strider beaks? Very good, Xanth. That's one less thing to worry about on the road.
Go forth to victory.
Help me, warrior.
Alone.
Piggy men come burn stables, fire. Fire. Wolves still chained inside. Someone's got to save the wee wolves. You save the wolves. So brave. Someday, maybe you get a wolf just like that to ride. What should I do now? You have done well, Xanth. Those insolent quillboars will finally learn that the might of the Horde is not to be ignored. One of my scouts followed the quillboar after the last caravan raid, so we know where pigmen running amok right on the border of Girotar? Not on my watch. It is as they say, Xanth, the best defense is crushing all who oppose you. One of my scouts followed the quillboar after the last caravan raid, so we know where to strike. Kreenig Snarlsnout is the mastermind behind the attacks along the river. Crush him, warrior. Defeat him and disembowel his forces so that the attacks on this camp cease. Search for a quillboar-infested cavern along the river, just south of our stables.
For the Horde! strength
Cut off the
and
head of their
honor.
leader, and chaos ensues, Xanth. Learn this lesson well. It will aid you in the future. Well done,
Strength.
Xanth. Without Krennic to orchestrate the raids, my grunts should be able to keep Far Watch secure. Your people should be proud to count you among them.
For the Horde.
Mokra.
I'm honor-bound to get these supplies to the crossroads. Pitch in or step aside.
May your
Whatever has
blades
happened
never
in
dull.
southern Barrens is causing some of the Quillboar tribes to flee our direction. The displaced Razormane in particular grow desperate, and their attacks grow bolder. I've lost 2 caravans this week alone. Our warriors at the crossroads desperately need those supplies, and I'm not about to let the Quillboar grow fat off of their misdeeds. Find the missing supply crates and bring them to me. I'd search the Quillboar hovel south of here, along the river.
Strength. Strength and
I'm honor-bound to get these supplies to the crossroads. Pitch in or step aside.
May
How
your
goes your
blades
search
never
for the
dull.
supplies, Xanth? I trust the Quillboar fall under your strength easily.
Go with
Haha.
honor.
Thank you, Xanth. This will help us greatly. I'll get these supplies packed up and on their way to the crossroads immediately.
Go
I'm
forth
honor-bound to get
victory.
these supplies to the crossroads. Pitch in or step.
Fight well, friend.
Have you ever used one of these, Xanth? It's a beast. Hell with a hand grip. Too heavy to use on foot, but perfect when riding at the head of a caravan. I call it my street sweeper. We need to get those supplies you've collected to the crossroads, and I expect trouble. I'd like for you to ride shotgun. Literally. Say the word when you're ready and I'll put you at the head of our next caravan.
Go with honor. Greetings.
Well, Xanth, are you ready to roll?
Victory.
It won't be easy. Mock R.A., stranger. Are you here from Far Watch? You're a sight, undead. That's the first caravan to make it through this week.
May your blades never dull.
The Quillboar have always scavenged the fringes of our camps for food and supplies. It is our instinct to simply lash out at our attackers, but wisdom dictates another path. We should interrogate one of these Quillboar invaders and learn all we can. Take this net, Xanth, and ensnare a Quillboar pillager attacking our farm just west of here. Club the beast unconscious and bring him to me.
For the Horde!
Blood and thunder.
I swore that nothing would stir me to take up this blade again. I was a fool. They murdered my wife. They burned my homestead. Since that awful night I have traveled these lands, from the sun's rising till its decline, scouring the horizon for more of those monsters. I've killed every pigman I've come across since, but my thirst for their blood is far from quenched. You, warrior, you could help me. Kill them. Kill as many as you can. Bring me their tusks, and we will celebrate their deaths together.
Go forth to victory. What do you need? Loktar.
Ho, Xanth. My brother Balgor tells me you're quite the shot from the back of a kodo. Great work getting that caravan here from Far Watch in one piece.
Strength.
I took the liberty of cleaning up Halga's artillery for you. I'm sure I don't need to warn you about the kickback. Just ask me when you're ready to mount up for the crossroads. Thork is waiting for you there. Be sure not to give him any lip. Don't stop for nothing, Xanth, and if someone gets too close, just give him a thump with the butt end of your gun. Do us proud.
For the Horde.
Glory to the
They came
Horde.
out of nowhere, warrior. quill bore from horizon to horizon. Spines and snouts and teeth. We fell back to the farm, but they kept on coming. Our best defenders have fallen in the field, and we've no sign of Farmer Ralden. I need you to go on the offensive for me. Hold these swine at bay while I defend the wounded until help arrives.
May your blades never dull.
Is this how cowards fight, undead?
What can I do for you?
I see you've left a string of corpses in your wake, undead. I couldn't have done better. The livestock may be lost, but the land remains ours, thank you.
Dabu!
Loktar!
I swore that nothing would stir me to take up this blade again.
Glory.
The Quillboar
to
have
the
always
Horde.
scavenged the fringes of our camps for food and supplies. Don't be
Farewell.
too harsh with our captive. He will still need his head attached to answer our questions.
Be
Oh my.
safe.
We want to question this Quillboar, not tenderize him. I suppose he'll come around with some cold water to the face. What do you think he'll tell us? I'll secure him inside our livestock pen behind me here. I don't think he'll stay conscious long. Find out what you can about why the Quillboar are attacking our farms. I'll leave the interrogation methods up to your better judgment.
May your blades never dull.
The
Mogra!
Quillboar have always scavenged.
For the
Very
Horde.
interesting. Our brood here seems both enthralled and terrified of the one they call Tordisk. A powerful leader can inspire his people to acts of greatness or atrocity. But we orcs would know that more than others. We should turn our attention to this Tordisk problem.
Be
In the
safe.
wake of the chaos down south, this Tordisk brute seems to have rallied all of the Razormane refugees to his banner. Under his leadership, he's turned them into little more than brigands. There's no negotiating with his type. Tordisk must be destroyed. If our prisoner is to be believed, you'll find Tordisk southeast of here at a place called Thornhill. Search the bluffs where he has a commanding view of the road. Kill him, Xanth, and the immediate threat should cease.
Farewell.
Makra!
Friend, if you are traveling south to Thornhill, I was wondering if you could locate one of our missing Kodos. Not every caravan has made it up the pass from Far Watch Post. Those Razormane brutes hijacked a pack animal yesterday morning. It may not still be alive, but if it is, we cannot afford to lose more of our livestock.
Go forth to victory!
This poor battered Kodo looks to be on the verge of death, but is still breathing. The Razormane haven't even plundered its cargo yet. If it can be revived, you may be able to save the entire shipment. Kodos are resilient creatures. With some food, the big guy may come around. The Razormane have stolen plenty of grain from previous caravans. You can gather up stolen grain from the nearby camps. The creature doesn't lift its head, but looks at you imploringly with large, watery eyes. The kodo is voracious. You might as well be pouring those sacks of grain into a hole. Already the animal is beginning to perk up. The great beast rises slowly to its feet, the loose barren soil spilling from its revitalized limbs. Instinctively it trudges back toward its home at Graldom Farm. You'll want to check in with Cranelfist to make sure the kodo made it.
What can I do for you?
The Quillboar have
and
always
honor.
scavenged the fringes of our camps for food and supplies, but direct assaults on our farms and homesteads. Something has sent them on a rampage recently.
May your blades
So Tortoise
never
behaved
dull.
as I expected? Went right for your throat? It is good that he's dead. The Razormane Quillboar have been separated from their leadership in the southern Barrens, no doubt allowing an animal like him to come to power. Perhaps without his influence we can start a dialogue with the survivors. Although hotter heads may prevail.
For the Horde!
Speak, friend.
So that was your handiwork, undead. Yes, the missing kodo arrived just minutes ago. It will take many nights to nurse the poor beast's wounds, but thanks to you it's alive. And you saved the whole shipment. Please, take your pick of the gear that the kodo was carrying.
Strength.
I swore that nothing would stir me to take up this blade again. The Quillboar will pay for this, Xanth. I swear it.
Go
Warrior,
forth to
you take my task
victory.
seriously, and for that I thank you. Although my desire for revenge remains, I can at least smile seeing that the Quillboars have felt pain themselves.
Dabu. Loktar,
Are you ready to do this, Xanth?
may your blades never dull.
crossroads, warrior. My name is Thork. I lead the defenses here in the name of the Warkif. Please, feel free to make yourself at home. As long as you mind your business, no one should have any problem with you taking up some space. Was that you I saw waving a gun around from the back of my last caravan? It's about time we got some supplies through here. It's bad enough to be severed from Mulgore, but this city would fall apart if we lost our trade with Orgrimmar.
For the Horde!
The oases of the Barrens hide a mystery. Life energy flows from their waters, invigorating the plants and beasts that drink it. Invigorating, and altering. There is a mushroom that grows near the Forgotten Pools to the northwest. Its spores hold properties that we, the apothecaries of Lord Aaron, find useful. Bring me these spores and you will earn our gratitude.
Remember, patience, discipline.
What brings you here?
Warrior,
Walk with
the Barrens
Earth
used to be
Mother.
one of the most beautiful places in all of Kalimdor. It teemed with life and promise. Now, as you can see, that is no longer true. It is a land of great torment and strife. The disciples of Naralek seek to cleanse the Wailing Caverns and bring them back to their former beauty. Speak with Nalpak just inside the Wailing Caverns to help.
Go
The times we live in are as fickle as the shifting winds, warrior. Have you felt the tremors,
sun
warrior?
shine upon
Something
thee.
has cleaved this land in two. But we druids can sense other tremors, as well. Life is stirring in lands once dry and lifeless. The oases around the crossroads are suddenly blooming. I can sense a power leaking its way to the surface, but from where? Is it related to the disaster that shattered the Barrens? We must find the source. Travel to the Forgotten Pools, northwest of the crossroads. Search its waters for a source of power, then return here.
We shall meet again.
Greetings.
The land, the water, and the sky are all as one. If
Go
you wish
with
to serve my
honor.
beloved horde, you'll have to prove your strength to me, pup. You can cut your teeth by hunting Jevra. They may not be the strongest of beasts in the Barrens, but stay clear of their kick or you'll regret it. Hunt the Jevra to the north and south, and collect their hooves. Bring them to me and perhaps we'll next send you against something tougher.
Farewell.
The land, the water, and the sky are all.
Go
If you
forth
want to
to
really
victory.
demonstrate your bravery to me, let me send you after something that really bites. The savannah huntresses of the Barrens are as sly as they come. Tough, resourceful, quick, and deadly. They've been hassling our scouts recently around the outskirts of the town, especially to the northeast. Be wary as you hunt them, Xanth, or you may find yourself no longer the predator, but instead the prey.
Strength.
Relax.
Hey Mon, how'd you find me? I gotta find a better hiding spot.
Stay
I was
away
sent here
from
to
the
scout out the centaur activity. I've been tracking their every movement for days. It's time for me to sneak out, but they've got this oasis surrounded. You look like a dangerous one. Can you make a lot of noise for me? Stir 'em up. Start killing indiscriminately. While they're looking out for you, I'll slip out to get my info to Regthar Deathgate.
You be careful, man.
Hail.
The centaurs have plagued the Tauren for years, and recently, the Kalkar centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally they were disorganized in these lands, but new leaders have risen among them, rallying them. To preserve our holdings here, these centaur leaders must be destroyed. Bring me the head of Barak Kodobane. He camps west of these forgotten pools. Defeat him, then return to me.
Go in peace. Greetings,
Hey Mon,
man.
how'd you find me?
Spirits be with you,
That
man.
was beautiful. I probably shouldn't have stayed to watch. Now that they're looking for you, I'll slip quietly away in the dust of their aimless galloping. Be sure to look for my buds at the other pools. Boss has agents at every one.
Greetings.
Hello, Xanth. Do you have Kodobane's head for me? Well done, Xanth. Kodobane is just one strand of a tangled thread. There are other Kalkar leaders to kill elsewhere in the Barrens. Seek out my companions at the other oases if you wish to press the assault.
Be careful.
Do you have the spores, Xanth? My associates and I are eager to study this phenomenon.
Victory for
yes.
Sylvanas.
These are good specimens. Potent, I am forsaken, and we honor our contracts. Here is your reward, Xanth. I've cultured these unusual spores you dug up with the most magnificent cocktail of reagents that I'm fond of. I'm eager to see how my manipulated spores react to the waters of the Crossroads Oases. The stagnant oasis to the southeast should provide us an uncontaminated site for our experiment. Simply plant this culture in the moist soil anywhere near the oasis, and document the results for me. Be sure to cover your mouth, warrior.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
The times we live in are as fickle as the shifting winds, warrior. You found a fissure in the earth, with power emanating from it? Strange. Something is causing that oasis to bubble over suddenly with life. Come, warrior, there is something else I'd like you to investigate with me. An explosion of life from barren soil. My companion Jarek has described similar events happening elsewhere in the Barrens. I shall have to see this for myself, but I cannot abandon my post. Here, Xanth, I will loan you my eyes. My eagle companion here has served me since I was named. Please accompany him to Thunderhead Summit, where Jarek awaits, and we will investigate. To get to the peak, follow the road east out of the crossroads. Turn south when you reach a large stone scrawled with paintings.
Ancestors watch over you.
Greetings.
The land, the water, and the sky are all as one.
Farewell. Go
Not bad,
forth to victory.
Xanth. Those Jevra hold a lot of strength in their legs. I've seen them knock even a Tauren on its haunches. It looks like you have some strength in you too. How goes your hunt, Xanth?
Go with
I see you've been
honor.
busy. I hope you learned a lot from this prey, Xanth. You'll need the strength and cunning of beasts like these to serve my beloved horde.
Farewell.
White Mist, or Eshiaki in the Tauren tongue, is the king of the savanna cats. He hunts with such stealth, they say he's like a thin, white mist on the earth. He kills so fast his prey have no time for fear or pain. The Taurens say he is both mercy and death. Xanth, I now set you on the path to hunt Eshiaki. His lair is just northwest of here, on the north side of a small mountain, among the bones of giant Kodo. Go. Blow this horn when you reach his lair. Blow the horn, and he will come.
Go forth to victory.
Time is money, friend! Keep it real!
Take a deep
I've
breath,
been
warrior.
expecting you.
Tonga knows these lands better than any of us, and I believe it physically hurt him to see it torn asunder. I am glad Tonga was able to witness the overgrowth firsthand. Words can't convey the scope of the damage. Did you bring his totem? I will return it to him when I am finished here. Can what's happening to the south happen here? Judging by what you found at the Forgotten Pools, these oases may be the key. Let's perform an experiment. Here, take these seeds I've collected from the summit here. They are dead and infertile, but carry them down to the stagnant oasis just below us. If there is a fissure there, then place the seeds within it. And observe. Report your findings back to Tonga at the crossroads. Take a deep breath, warrior. It will be important to study both plant and animal life impacted by the oases and the unusual energies you've discovered. The stagnant oasis below us is home to a species of snapjaw turtles. Recently their population has exploded. Moreover, the once peaceful animals are growing aggressive, as I learned the hard way before trekking up here. I suspect they've been altered by the oases. Collect their shells and take them to Tonga at crossroads for further study.
Go in peace.
Sneak, sneak, sneak. Let me tell you something about Gorgle. Gorgle doesn't sneak. We were sent here to track movements of the Kalkar centaur, but after a week of watching these dirty animals scamper all around this oasis, I'm itching to give my axe a taste of their necks. What do you say, warrior? Want to cause a little havoc with me? Let's see if we can attract the attention of their strongest warrior, Karak.
For the Horde!
Don't be shy.
Please warrior, don't encourage Gorgle. We're supposed to observe and report, not raise up a ruckus.
You be
Rekthar
careful,
Deathgate
man.
sent me here to observe the centaur activity, but the leader of this group is hard to pin down. I've discovered that his name is Virog the Dervish, but his whereabouts are a mystery. Can you help me do some digging? I know that centaur intelligence sounds like an oxymoron, but their camps are often littered with important communications. Search the centaur tents all around the stagnant oasis here and bring me back some info.
Okay, okay. How are
Please
ya?
warrior, don't encourage Gorgle.
Be
Aman,
seeing ya.
why you have to go setting Gorgle off like that? Still, I can't argue with results. We'll need to watch these animals closely to see what they do with Karak out of the way. More watchin' and waitin'. Gorgle won't like that.
Stay away from the voodoo.
Please warrior, don't encourage Gorgle. Search those tents, Xanth. Try to ignore the stench. Good
Okay,
work,
okay.
Xanth. Did you look through these? They're barely legible, more like angry graffiti than war plans. Hatred, jealousy, rage, personal conflicts. It's a wonder Virog can keep these centaur from killing each other, much less form them into an army. We can use this to our advantage. Virog may be hard to find, but judging by the info you gathered, his mate Wyneth is always in his command tent just west of here. If we kill her, Virog will come running. Regthar sent us here to scout, but he also said we should seize any opportunity to upset the Centaur chain of command if we can. Lure out Virogue and kill him.
You be careful, man. Talk to
Please,
me.
warrior, don't encourage Gorgle. Did you
Bye-bye
find
now.
Virogue, Xanth? You
Stay
did it.
away from the voodoo.
That'll really upset the balance of power down here. Virogue left no clear successor, so I expect this crew of brutes will fall on each other like hungry dogs. I'll stay here and keep an eye on what happens next. Virogue answered directly to the Kalkar chief. Killing him is a good start, but there's more work to be done.
You be careful, man.
What
The
brings
times
you
we live in
here?
are as fickle as the shifting winds, warrior. Your findings are
Ancestors
amazing.
Watch over you.
Jarek was wise to send you there. We now know that whatever rests under these oases can create life from nothing. No doubt this is causing the havoc to the south, but my primary concern right now is preserving the balance up here. We must study this more. The times we live in are as fickle as the shifting winds, warrior. What else have you brought me?
Sun shine upon
Thank you,
thee.
Xanth. Studying the beasts of an area can tell much about the area itself. We shall see what tale these shells tell, and possibly unravel the mystery of what's happening in the Barrens. Please accept my gratitude for your aid, and perhaps you can use these coins. I find that I do not need them.
Go in peace.
What is
Explosive spore clouds? You don't say. Tell me more. Choking. Stinging. Burning of the eyes. Was there itching? Nausea. Mortification. Delightful, delightful. You've certainly earned your commission, Xanth. That skin rash of yours should pass in a day or two. Think of the possibilities, Xanth. Fast-growing fungal delivery agents for any manner of toxins. My companions in the Undercity will want to hear about this. Here are my notes and some additional samples. If we're fast, we can catch the next ship bound for the Eastern Kingdoms. Take the road east of here and follow it to the goblin town of Ratchet. Look for the Broken Keel Tavern toward the south side of town and deliver these to my associate Sasha within.
Beware the living.
Stronghold.
Greetings, warrior. Zan.
Dabu.
Your reputation among the Horde grows. I've been hearing reports from both the Forgotten Pools and the Stagnant Oasis that you've been a real bane to our centaur foes. Well done, indeed. Regthar Deathgate is in charge of our operations against the centaur all over the northern Barrens. He could use a bold warrior like yourself to bolster his forces. Report to him at his outpost along the road west of here and aid him in any way he requires.
For the Horde.
Glory
You've
to
beaten
the Horde.
Eshiaki, and though his days of hunting are over, his spirit is with you. He will show you the strength found in subtlety, and the honor in mercy. I underestimated you, warrior. The Horde is fortunate to have you in its ranks. The hunt
Strength.
deepens, Zan. Now you must find and defeat your prey within its lair. Hunt the Sunscale raptors to the south, where they have built a warren amongst the hills just off of the road. Slay them and remove the feathers they wear. Place the feathers on the Sunscale raptor nests to show their brethren you do not fear them. Be cautious, warrior. Raptors hunt in packs and will swarm you if you are not cautious.
Go with honor.
Strength.
We have our
and
duties,
honor.
warrior. Duties to the Horde.
Go forth
I've heard about
to
your work,
victory.
warrior. Your timing is fortunate. I've got a major offensive in the works.
Go
Israel
with
Bloodmark is the
honor.
leader of the Kalkar centaurs in the Barrens. He is fierce, brutal, and cunning. Defeating him would disrupt and fracture the Kalkars, greatly reducing their threat to us. So kill him. Bring me Israel's head, and I will mount it from this outpost, so that they may know fear. Israel leads his people from the lush water oasis, to the south. We have our duties, warrior.
Go
The centaur
with
leadership
honor.
relies on a core of trusted, disciplined warriors to keep the others in line. If we reduce their numbers, the Kalkar will have no might with which to support their rage. And so, I have a bounty task for you. Around the lush water oasis to the south, slay Kalkar marauders and storm seers to collect their bracers. Return when you have a heap of these trophies and the Horde will reward you well.
For the Horde! Blood
We have our
and
duties,
thunder.
warrior. Duties to the Horde. How goes your
Strength.
hunting, Xanth?
Go
Nicely done.
forth to victory.
I'm sure you've struck fear into the surviving centaurs, Xanth. With their greatest warriors slain, they will either stop their advances or lash out at us in a foolhardy strike. I hope for the latter. We have our
Down.
duties. Is Hezrol defeated, Xanth? I commend you,
Strength.
Xanth. These centaur are undisciplined and cannot focus their rage as the orcs can, but they are fierce nonetheless. In defeating them, your valor is proven.
Go
We have our
forth
duties,
to victory.
warrior.
Go
The Horde commends
with
your
honor.
successes against the Kalkar, but the Kalkar themselves are maddened. I have reports that a contingent of Kalkar has traveled to the Barrens from their home in Desolace, to seek vengeance. My latest report was that, even now, they move against these bunkers, from the west. Face the Kalkar invaders, and end their threat in the Barrens. Kill them until their leader, Warlord Kromzar, appears. Defeat him and bring me a piece of his banner as proof. We're counting on you, Xanth.
Dabu. Time to die.
We have our... Do you have the banner? You have done it. You have defeated the Kalkar. I will be sure Thrall receives word of your actions here, Xanth. Stand tall. You do yourself, and the Horde, proud.
Dabu.
What do you
So
mean?
you bent to the nests and placed the feathers of your prey within them. That took a fair portion of courage, no doubt about it. Do you feel a little tougher, Xanth? Because you look tougher now than when you first came here. I guess the Barrens is doing its job. Well,
Strength.
Xanth, I admit there's a place for you in my beloved horde. You've shown me strength, cunning, initiative. Even Thork recently mentioned you by name, and neither of us are easily impressed. Well done. Now it's time to start pulling your weight. This week's payroll for the Crossroads Guards has gone missing. Gazrogin Ratchet is heading up the investigation. Talk to him. Simply follow the road east of here to the coast.
Go forth to victory.
I was hoping for a squad of grunts, but if you earn Sargra's respect, I suppose you'll be more than enough. Let me explain what's happening here. Not long ago, a shipment of silver was stolen en route from here to Crossroads. It was meant as payroll to the guards, and we want that silver back. I'll ask around here for clues, but I want you to investigate the scene of the crime. Head west and look for a crashed caravan wagon just north of the road between here and Crossroads. Find out who took our silver and get it back.
Go with honor.
I'm listening.
Who are you? Did Hellbrim send you? Keep a low profile.
Goodbye.
Give me those notes. Were you followed here?
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Yet another ship from my fleet has been lost to those overzealous humans from their Amore. Their new rear admiral has parked himself right off the coast here. He's boarding or sinking any vessel that doesn't heave to at his whim. Travel south along the merchant coast to his camp. Bring me the medals of the Marines and deck hands. Execute his top lieutenants, Pyre and Buckland. Lay waste to them as they have laid waste to my fleet.
Be careful.
Talk to me!
I think all those smarts are hiding in their horns. If so, then I could grind their horns into powder and use it to make smart drinks. Here's where you come in. I want the horn from the smartest raptor around. King Reaper Claw leads a whole pack of intelligent raptors up on the bluffs north of Ratchet. Bring me his horn. And don't get ripped to ribbons like everyone else I've sent.
Glad I could help!
Captain J. Garvey of the Maiden's Dagger. Charged with piracy on the open seas, kidnapping, extortion, arson, slavery, et al. Garvey recently arrived in these waters leading a crew of South Sea freebooters and was last seen assaulting Frey Island. Bring proof of death in an identifiable condition. Gazloe.
What's up?
Something I can help you with, Xanth.
Be good.
This pirate situation is really crimping my operation. Captain Garvey is attacking any vessel in sight, even the ones whose owners paid me my bogus protection money. We need to get these pirates on the take, and fast. I know just the guy, one of Garvey's lieutenants who's open to wheeling and dealing the Dizzy-Wig way. He's offered to arrange a little mutiny for me. Once we get these guys working for us, it's all gravy. See. Talk to my boy Tony Two Tusk on Frey Island to the south.
Have a good
Gazloe
one.
promised me a promotion if I can help him with Ratchet's pirate issues. The problem is these new buccaneers that sailed in and took over Frey Island, south of here. They're not just after our goods, they've got grudges to settle. The other night they even went after one of our war galleons. I've got plans in the works to deal with the situation, but Gazloe wants to see quick results. Head over to Frey Island and start lopping off some heads, will you?
Keep it real. You buying?
Thrall
or
paid me
selling?
and my boys well for helping out with the construction of Orgrimmar, so I decided to set up a port here. We do most of our business through Booty Bay and Baron Revilgaz.
Where
All this
there's
new
risk,
friction
there's
between the Alliance
reward.
and the Horde was leading to windfall profits, until Rear Admiral Hartley sailed into my harbor and started poking his prow into my business. He's been searching and seizing vessels flying Horde colors with the goal of depriving them use of a neutral port. I'm not about to allow some fat-fingered human to cut into my profits. Get me the schematics of his flagship. Hartley's chief engineer is soaking himself at the Broken Keel Tavern just up the hill.
Let me know if
Thrall
you need a
paid me and
crew.
my boys well for helping out with the construction of Orgrimmar.
Plenty more where that came from.
Am I happy about it? Do I look like a bundle of joy and good cheer, Xanth? Longshore raided some of my most valuable cargo before his capture. Rumor has it he buried it before he was caught. I want my goods back. Find Longshore in the Alliance camp just south of here and see if you can get him to reveal where my treasure is.
Business is booming.
This horde caravan was not merely robbed. It was savagely brutalized. Crates of supplies have been ripped apart by sharp claws. The wagon has been demolished. The food has been eaten and the silver is gone, and yet useful supplies have been left behind. Animal tracks surround the wreckage, tracks made by enormous curved claws. Your first instinct is that raptor riders assaulted the caravan, but the impressions aren't deep and there are no non-animal tracks to be seen. The tracks head northeast of here toward the east side of Thornhill. The answer to this mystery must lie in its shadow. Before you lies an entire community of raptors, ducking in and out of hovels, snarling at one another, and working together to construct primitive huts. Collections of shiny things surround their nests. Mystery solved. It's clear that these raptors acted alone to steal the horde silver. It's time to teach these beasts a lesson. Hey Mon, did Dizywig send you? Good, good. Did you bring the money? No. What about the guns? What?
Seeing ya.
Leave it to Dizywig to expect a mutiny on the cheap. No matter, Mon, we can make this work. First we need the money. Captain Garvey likes to hoard the loot we've been earning, money I can use to pay off my hand-picked mutineers. The treasure pile is just outside the barracks here. You'll need to take care of Captain Garvey's treasurer first. Now, Glomp ain't no pushover. Believe me, I tried pushing him over once. He don't budge for nothing.
Spirits be with ya, man. Talk to
You
me.
got the cash? That money will go a long way to winning over the hearts and minds of heartless, thoughtless cutthroats. Look
Stay
at
away
that.
from the voodoo.
We're loaded. In mutiny, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Let's go get some power, Xanth. Now,
Lita.
any good mutiny is going to need serious firepower. Captain Garvey claimed all the best firearms for himself, a whole shipment of big, heavy dwarven flintlocks. He keeps them at his side in the other building across the island. Grab me 6 of those rifles and I'll distribute them to me future officers.
Stay away from the voodoo. Hello,
Guns,
man.
mon. You got the stuff?
Lita.
Oh, very nice. Shiny. Loud. Now we're talking. Not much left to do but close the deal. Now for my favorite part of any mutiny, the killin'. For pirates, it doesn't matter who's supposed to be in charge, only who's in control of the ships. Anchored on the east end of this island is the Maiden's Dagger, Captain Garvey's old flagship. He left his most trusted officer in charge, Alicia Cuthbert. Once we take her out, the ship is ours, and so's the sea. I'll get the men onto the boats. I need you to board the Dagger and blow this horn from on deck, that'll be our signal to board. Yar.
Spirits be with ya, man.
Do not trifle with me, undead. Do not trifle with me, undead.
You need something?
What are ye staring at, undead? Come to torment the condemned.
Be
Ha ha.
careful.
So old Gazzy ain't given up on his goods yet, has he? Well, looks like that old floppy-eared gold grubbler just gave me something to bargain with.
For
I'm
the
bound for
Alliance.
that gallows for sure, mate. That treasure's no good to me now, unless I can use it to buy me life. I'll make a deal with ya, undead. Smash these monocles and I'll tell ya where me treasure's buried. Oh, me word is good, friend. I used to be a real baron, ya know.
See you later.
Hey there.
See you around.
Oh, I won't be running off just yet. I'll free me mates and murder my way out of here at a time of me choosin'. As for you, a deal's a deal. Let's talk about that treasure. Here's the deal, mate. To protect me treasure map, I tattooed it onto me first mate's scalp. Of course, he's dead now, along with most of me crew. The Alliance doesn't even know what they have. His severed head is hanging from a tree at the entrance to this camp. Grab that head and take it to Gazloe back in Ratchet.
Hello.
Fill my hand with medals from their dead and I will know that vengeance has been given to my fallen privateers.
Good
I
luck,
see you've
friend.
made the righteous Rear Admiral suffer as I have. Perhaps this blow will weaken the resolve of Northwatch. His supply of fresh recruits seems inexhaustible, but the loss of his top lieutenants will weaken him for some time.
Till next we meet.
What can I do for you?
What do you
You look
need?
roughed up, warrior. Did you tussle with the thieves?
For the Horde.
What? Raptors. Just the raptors. Assaulting our caravans and looting them. Perhaps they are as intelligent as the rumors say. As if we didn't have enough problems, now we've got to deal with brainy lizards with a lust for coin. Here, Xanth, you've earned a share of the rescued silver. Thank you.
Dabu.
Time is
Did
money,
you get King
friend!
Reaper Claw's horn, Xanth? I need to test my first smart drink.
Hurry
Great,
back!
you got it? Let's grind this up and mix it with some wine, and...
Keep it real!
Time is
Something
money,
I
friend.
can help you with, Xanth.
Be
Is that
good.
the maiden's dagger I see weighing anchor in the distance? Did you have anything to do with that?
Keep
So
it real.
Tony is running the show there now? Good. We need more pirates like him in these waters. He's a real businessman. Speaking of business, I suppose I owe you a cut. Would you be interested in insuring any of your new loot? You never know what can happen in a town like this.
Have a good
Superb.
one.
Gazloe will reward me handsomely for this. And I'll reward you. Less handsomely, of course. A goblin's got to make a living, you know.
Be good.
Got a contract with your name on it.
What's
Plenty more
happening?
where that came from.
Something I can help you with? Goods to ship, perhaps an engineering job?
Business is booming.
That sort of business. You know, these pirates are always looking out for their own. No sooner is Baron Longshore in a stockade than this Garvey fellow comes looking for vengeance. You don't suppose anyone will come looking to avenge Garvey, do you? Maybe I should put you on retainer.
Let me
Thrall
know if
paid
you
me
made
and
it
my
through.
boys well for helping out with the construction of Orgrimmer.
Where
You
there's
got the
risk,
goods?
there's
Ah,
reward.
this is it. This is it right here. So his flagship is named the Bellipotent, eh? Let's see what it'll take to send this nuisance to the bottom of the sea.
Business is booming.
There. The hull is thinnest here, where the crankshaft meets the paddle wheel. And it's right next to the magazine. Xanth, I can't be held responsible if some enterprising horde warrior were to attach a limpet mine to that part of the hull. Not even if I supplied the mine. And paid her handsomely. The ship is anchored just southeast of here. Go to it. Then radio me with this stolen gnome quarter.
Where there's
Thrall
risk,
paid me
there's
and my boys well
reward.
for help.
Let
Was
me know
Baron
if you made it
Longshore
through.
alive? Do you have anything for me?
Plenty more where that came
What
from.
is this? I send you out to fetch my treasure and you bring me a big filthy head.
Let me
Thrall
know if
paid
you
me
made it
and my
through.
boys well for help. Sink
Business
me.
is booming.
You were right. There's a map tattooed on the skull. That cursed Baron, he buried my treasure right under my nose. Or, above my head, anyway. The map points to a place on the bluffs over Ratchet, to the south. Follow the road west out of the city, get atop the hill, head south, then run back towards the coast and look for an enormous tree overlooking the bay. Fetch my treasure and I'll split it with you.
Plenty more where that came from.
Excellent. I wish I could have seen the look on that rear admiral's face when his flagship went up like a candle. Let me use my telescope here to take a look at the damage. What? Hold hot. That thing is still floating? Hartley must have moved the munitions ashore in case his ship was mined. I underestimated you, Hartley, but for the last time. Hartley must have unloaded all of his ordnance along the beach. Let's pull his teeth out, Xanth. Run along the shore and look for his munitions stockpiles. Light him up and he'll be landlocked and unarmed while the bellipotent is repaired. I'll meet you back here in Ratchet.
I only
Thrall
deal
paid
with
me
the
and
best.
my boys well for helping out with the construction of Horgrimmer.
Where there's risk, there's reward.
Beautiful work, Xanth. Those Alliance cretins will never trace this back to me. Meanwhile, it's back to business as usual, smuggling, double dealing, price gouging. I've got a lot of work to catch up on. Here, I'll let you in on a cut of my future profits. Enjoy.
Let me
Thrall
know if
paid
you
me
meet a
and my
crew.
boys. I'm
Business
going
is
to close
booming.
my eyes, Xanth. And when I open them, I expect to see wall-to-wall treasure. Deal?
Plenty
Nice
more
work,
where that came
Xanth.
from.
Oh, the Baron tried to stop you, did he? Well, I hope you gave him a pounding. Now, I promised you a cut of the goods you recovered. Let's see, what's 1% of a 0.5%? Ah, here you go.
Where there's
Enjoy your
risk,
cut of the
there's
loot,
reward.
Xanth. I hate to share, but business is business. And that double dealer Nozzlepot is guaranteed a 10% cut of this treasure. Can you deliver this to him at his outpost in the north? He's got a little research station upstream, along the river. If you travel just northeast of town here, Horton Hornblower can give you a free ride on one of his river boats. Tell him I sent ya.
Let me know if you meet a crew.
Yeah?
Good day.
What do you want?
Need some screws tightened or some bolts loosened. You've come to the right place.
Hey,
Welcome,
I got your back.
warrior. Fresh off the boat from Ratchet? Any news?
Stay strong, pal.
Gazloe calls this 10%? You tell him I'm going to weigh these. I suppose he expects me to pay you a delivery fee, as well? Fine, fine. Have some spoils.
Yeesh.
Good day.
Took my head off, why
Hey
don't you?
Xanth, do you see this footprint? We found them all over the camp last night. Nothing's missing, but all our belongings have been examined. The muddy trails lead back toward the sludge fen. Someone's been sniffing around, and I don't like it one bit. Can you go west to the sludge fen and investigate? See if you can find any more tracks just like this one.
Security, enforcement,
Hey Xanth,
extortion.
we've
we do
got
it
a
all.
real problem here. There's an overpopulation of hyenas just west of the sludge fen, and they're starting to become a menace. If I have to listen to them caterwauling one more night, I just might go crazy. Vernon over there says the hyenas might even have made off with one of his stabled pigs. We can't have that happening. Can you go thin out the hyena numbers? You'll find them parading in broad daylight to the west.
Get lost, will ya?
You look around and notice the lake is covered in slick oil. This once beautiful oasis has been ravaged. You feel a deep sense of foreboding. Whatever is lurking around the sludge fen, it doesn't appear to be human. Judging from the remains around its tracks, it's also dangerous. You decide to follow the tracks down to the bottom of the lake and look for the creature's resting place.
Yo,
Good
can I
day.
help you with something?
You saw sludge being dumped straight into the lake? I wouldn't be surprised if the sludge beast were a product of the Venture Co.'s carelessness.
Don't
Good
try
day.
anything stupid.
Good riddance. Those filthy pests are more trouble than they're worth.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. What's shaking?
I used to direct Steam Weedle's shredder development program, but last month I struck out on my own. Now all my suppliers have blacklisted me. Worse, my development efforts haven't even gotten off the ground yet. I could use your help, Xanth.
Keep
The
your ear
Venture
to the
Company have a
ground.
small research facility west of here, just past the sludge fen. I don't know very much about what they're doing, but did manage to discover that they're experimenting with something called a samoflange. Now what the heck is a samoflange? Well, whatever it is, I want to examine it, so I need someone to go get it. I obtained a copy of their control system operating manual. You should be able to figure out how to disengage the samoflange from it.
Glad
I used
could
to
help.
direct.
Don't
I'm
be
just a little
stranger.
guy, trying to set up my own independent business. Working hard toward the Ezrathian dream, yeah no. Well, soon as I set up shop, the Venture Co next door decided they wanted me out. They've been harassing me with threatening letters, using words like cease and desist. Worst of all, the schematics for my newest machine are missing, and I know those corporate pilferers stole them. Go to the sludge fen and knock out some of their employees. I know they're hiding my blueprints.
Catch you on the flip side.
What's up?
I don't suppose Sputter Valve sent you. I'm in a bind here. I hopped in without realizing that I need a key to unlock the shredder's movement column. One of the other shredder operators asked me if everything was okay, and I panicked. Instead of telling him that I was missing my key, I told him there was some sort of mechanical problem. We need to get out of here on the double. Search the upper level of the derrick. Supervisor Ludwizzle should have a key for this shredder. Help me out here.
Hurry back!
Quick, We need to get out of here before someone gets suspicious. Yep,
Man, I could
this
help.
looks like the right key. Let me just make sure I know how to work this thing. Rotation control. This regulates speed and stability. Fine arm movement control. Just look at this. I can't believe the venture company could design something this much better than ours. I've got to get this back to the outpost.
Hurry
I
back.
suppose I'll learn as we go. Couldn't be too hard. Just some buttons here, and a lever or two. Well, are you ready to go?
Keep it real. Talk to me.
Yeah? What you
It's
want?
good to be your own boss.
Go get him,
I
champ.
can't believe they would stoop so low. Did you get my blueprints back?
Keep it
Thanks
real.
for recovering my blueprints. Now my work on the Silver Bullet X831 can continue.
See you
It's
around,
good to be
friend.
your own boss.
Be
Erect
careful
it.
out there.
Hopefully we'll be able to get something of value from the wrecked shredder prototype. My business depends on it. I'll start tearing that sucker apart and we'll see what makes it tick. Oh, let me give you something for your trouble,
Have a
too.
good one.
A variety of buttons, levers, and blinking lights are somewhat erratically arrayed on the face of the control console. A small gauge indicates that the apparatus is currently operating within optimal levels, and indicates that control valves 1 through 3 are currently open. There is a small keyhole set into the lower right side of the control panel. The 3 control valves are currently opened. The various readings on the control panel lead you to presume that they must be shut off before the apparatus can be shut off. The lights indicating the 3 control valves dim as they are shut off. Green lights slowly fade into yellow, and the switch controlling the apparatus is now movable. With the valves closed, it can be turned off. With the apparatus deactivated, the control panel can be opened up and the camouflage removed from the console. With everything else in place, all that is left is to acquire the key to unlock the console. The console lights are dimmed and the gauges and dials all red at their 0 positions, everything idling. Turning the key in the lock, the control console unlocks. A red light at the top of the console turns off and all power drains from the terminal. Pulling open the face of the control console reveals a dense jumble of wires, tubing, and other strange mechanical objects, most of which seem to serve no practical purpose. Pushing them aside and digging deeper into the console, you find the camouflage. A tug removes it from its housing.
Well, spit
It's
it
good
out.
to be your own boss. Hey, could you spare a couple copper for a sandwich? I'm starved. Oh,
See you around,
you're
friend.
back, Xanth. Do you have the camouflage?
Catch
This
you on the
is-
flip side.
ER. Interesting. Yes. A device this complex is best analyzed by a team of skilled engineers in a clean room, painstakingly reverse engineering each component in a controlled environment. But who has that kind of time? Let's just fire this thing up and see what it does.
Keep
Well,
your
that
ear to
didn't
the
go as
ground.
expected. I think I busted it. No need to panic, though. Do me a favor and walk this across the way to Brack here in the camp. He'll bang this sucker back into shape real quick.
Go get him, champ. Quickly,
Hey,
quickly.
undead. Seeing any profit lately? Did you
Move
say,
it.
camouflage?
Go,
Sputter Valve
go.
scored us a camouflage. Let me see that thing. Yeah, we can get this working again, no problem. Hand me that huge mallet.
Careful
undead.
out there.
Seeing any profit lately?
On your way. Don't waste my
Hey, undead.
time.
I think I really put my foot into that one. It looks like I might have knocked one of the load-bearing fluxers into the spokes of the deregulator gear. We can fix this, easy. I know an expert on triple expansion piston drives who would love to get her hands on a camouflage. Take the broken camouflage to Weniki Bolt Bucket, just south of Morjan Rampart. She'll patch ER right up. Hey, no need to walk, this gives me the perfect opportunity to test my personal people porter device.
Hit the road.
Did
how
you see
doing?
that? Someone just fell out of the sky. I'm
Heard
very
that.
busy with my work, warrior. Unless you have something for me, it'd be best if you moved along.
Keep
Oh,
it real.
what's this? A samoflange, you say? Ah, but look at the way it moves when you handle it. And there's the sound of intricate gears inside. Oh my. I want to fix it and see what it does, don't you?
Be
I want to
careful out
fix the
there.
samoflange, but to do that I'm going to need some supplies. I ran out of 17.5 gauge nugget slugs and I'm going to need a bunch of those for the work ahead. Unfortunately, the closest place to get them is the Burning Blade farm to the southwest. The place will be heavily guarded, so be careful, but the samoflange just might be worth the risk. Search the tool buckets, then return to me when you've gathered enough nugget slugs.
Pleasure doing business with ya.
Loktar.
While we cast our eyes toward the cataclysm, who watches our backs? While our leaders take up arms against Deathwing, the Burning Blade plots our downfall. Even as we speak, they are gathering recruits and supplies at the farm to the southwest. I care not to meet death at the hands of the Burning Legion. It's time we take matters into our own hands. Xanth, will you help me keep the vigil? Go and slaughter their ranks before it's too late.
Strength. What do you need?
Thank you, Xanth. This old orc will sleep more safely at night.
May your blades never dull.
Did you see that?
Friend.
Someone just fell out of the sky.
If
Do you have
ever
the
need
nugget
anything,
slugs, Xanth? I've been eyeing the samoflange and I can't wait to tinker with it.
be
Great,
good.
you got them. Now I can get to work.
Glad
Did
I
you
could
see
help.
that?
Have a
Well,
good one.
that didn't work. The structural integrity of the samoflange is at an all-time low. I could add some more dials to try and fix it, but that might make things even worse. Look what I discovered when I blocked the release valve and blew the cover off the differential casing, though, the personal stamp of Boss Copper Plug. Take this back to Sputter Valve and tell him to find this copper plug genius. When you're done here, just talk to me and I'll send you back using Brack's teleporter.
Heard that.
It's
What's the
good
word
to
on
be
the
your own
street?
boss. Is that my same flange? I don't even recognize it.
Glad I
Weniki
could
said
help.
what? Copper plug. Boss copper plug. Oh no, this might be tricky.
Be
Back
careful
when I
out
was
there.
in the Tinkers Union, Boss Copperplug was the best engineer we had. He defected to the venture company shortly before I left, and took his greatest techniques with him. He hoarded his secrets, doling out bits and pieces of knowledge to his trusted inner circle. If he built the same flange, then he's probably got the manual. Last I heard, he was operating right here, out of Boulder Lode Mine to the northeast. Get the manual from him, and collect the pages from his followers.
Don't be a stranger. What?
Hey undead. Seeing any—
Go,
Hey undead,
go!
you interested in treasure? I knew that would get your attention. Word from the river dock here is that one of the miners in the venture company's Boulder Lode mine just northeast of here discovered an emerald the size of your fist. I know a few buyers who'd be interested in getting their hands on something like that, and I'd be willing to go half and half on its sale. You in?
Move it! Makes
Hey,
sense. Careful out there. Hit the road.
Hey undead,
On your
if
way.
only we knew which one of the miners had found the emerald, it'd be a walk in the park.
Hit
Look at the size of
road.
that thing. We're going to be rich. Let's see, according to the rates I've seen on gems going into Undermine, I should be able to figure out your cut, 50%, don't worry. Now let's see. I think this should do about right. Pleasure doing business with you, Xanth.
Careful out there. I seen you around
It's
here
good to be
before.
your own boss.
Keep
Did
it
you
real.
find Copperplug?
Be
You found
careful
it?
out there.
Wow, it's over 600 pages, only 30 of which are intentionally left blank. Let's see. Chapter 3, Backsplicing the Reverse Crankshaft Flywheel Pulley. Interesting. Chapter 7, Valve Timing for the High Pressure Expansion Condenser. This stuff is great. And I still don't even know what this thing does. Here, have some of my old tools. Let's fire this thing up one last time.
Don't be a stranger. GTL,
It's good to be your own
friend.
boss.
Gambling,
Looks like your work here
tinkering,
is done,
laundry.
warrior. You'd better head back to the crossroads. Luckily for you, my Silver Bullet X831 prototype is finished, and she's ready for a test drive. What day I say you do me one last favor and take her for a little spin. One of my assistants will accompany you. Your sweet ride is waiting on the platform behind me. Just hop on when you're ready.
Glad I could help.
Slitting throats and stabbing backs are what I do best. I don't suppose you want to help with some of that, do you? I thought you were a goner. Glad to see you're still in one piece. Since you're here, warrior, perhaps you can help me with a small problem. The blasted harpies have been ravaging our caravan supplies for too long. It's time we slit a few of their throats and diminished their numbers. The most devastating attack will destroy a good section of their lower chain of command, and then we can work our way to the top. Take out witch-wing harpies of any kind in the northwest and bring me 6 witch-wing talons. That should slitting throats and stab. The only way to stop the harpy raiders is to destroy their chain of command. The harpies are led by fearless lieutenants, witch-wing slayers. If the slayers fall, the rest will follow. Go to the dry hills and cut down the witch-wing slayers. Make sure they die painfully, Xanth. We want those harpy wenches to know the idiocy of picking fights with the horde.
For the horde!
witch-wing harpies live in the dry hills to the north. You dropped the last witch-wing talon into your bag. Thanks to you, the lower ranks of the witch-wing harpies will no longer be a problem for Darsok's caravans. You examine the destruction around you and nod in satisfaction. The Harpies' leaders have been dealt with. For now. The Harpies you've killed mentioned their matron, Serena Bloodfeather. Judging from their vile hatred toward the Horde, she must hold some kind of deep-seated grudge. You decide to hunt down Serena Bloodfeather and end matters once and for all. You're not getting anything until I see Serena's head.
Strength.
Well done, Xanth. Very well done. I wasn't sure you were up to the task, but you've proven yourself quite the cutthroat. Thank you again for helping us suppress the Harpy epidemic. Here is your reward, use it well. Now that the threat here has been stilled, you should return to the crossroads. Thork would like to speak to you. Farewell.
Farewell.
Greetings, warrior. My name is Thork. I lead the defenses here in the name of the Warkif. I see you have had a chance to help out here at the crossroads. Carry on for the Horde. Hello Xanth.
To victory.
I have heard of your deeds from Darsok. You are a valuable warrior of the Horde, indeed. The battle in Ashenvale rages on without relent. Our forces at the Morshan ramparts are in desperate need of reinforcements and supplies. We have a major shipment of medicines and food headed north, and I need a capable warrior like you to guard it. Rocco Whipshank waits for you at the road north out of the crossroads. Let him know you are ready to accompany the caravan.
For the Horde. Speak, friend. Thrallhall.
Xanth, glad to see you're still in one piece. I saw a rocket fly by earlier and heard your voice screaming, so I was a bit worried. We have one last shipment to take care of. Talk to me when you're ready and we'll get going.
Be safe.
Speak,
What?
friend.
The Burning Blade kidnapped my brother?
May
This
your
is terrible
blades
news.
never dull.
Xanth, at least you arrived safely.
Be
They took
safe.
Balgor and the caravan supplies from our very doorstep. Those supplies are vital for our victory against the Alliance in Ashenvale, and Balgor. If anything happens to my dear little brother, I will rip every Burning Blade member to shreds myself. Xanth, I need you to rescue Balgor and the captured caravan. Follow the path just north of us, up onto Dreadmist Peak. Do not let any of those Burning Blade dogs live.
For the Horde!
Magraw.
They're planning to sacrifice me. Their demons are already licking their chops over my corpse.
Strength.
Xanth, you came for me.
Be
Listen,
safe.
Xanth, we can't leave quite yet. I managed to overhear their plans while they were preparing for the ritual sacrifice. They're planning to use a powerful artifact called the Demon Seed to launch a full-scale attack on the Horde. They're keeping it under close guard over in that cave. If you can get your hands on the Demon Seed, we should take it to my sister Nigala. She'll know what to do with it.
May your blades never dull.
All the supplies flowing north to Ashenvale stop here to rest and refuel. What did you find at the top of the mountain? Xanth,
Farewell.
you're back. Balgor made it down before you, and he's already eaten 2 bowls of raptor stew. Considering that his appetite hasn't suffered, I'm sure he will be fit to travel in no time. I'll make sure that this artifact is taken care of. You've done us a great service today.
May your
You've managed to
blades
stir the
never
Burning
dull.
Blade's nest. Our scouts report that they are gathering for an attack. You must complete the caravan's journey before they arrive. The supplies are packed, the Kodos are rested, and I hope you don't mind, but I made a few adjustments to your gun. If you meet up with any resistance, shoot first and ask questions later. Quickly. They come. Speak to me when you are ready to leave.
For the Horde! Zug zug.
I can hear the howls of the Burning Blade as we speak. The Kodos are ready to ride for the Morshan ramparts. Tell me when you are ready to leave.
blood
What
and
is it,
thunder.
warrior? Some days we gain quarter, other days we are beaten back behind our walls. Every day, we bury more of our brothers and sisters. Not only have the supplies you brought strengthened our troops, but your heroic deeds have inspired them as well. Thank you, warrior. What is it, warrior? Loktar, undead.